about all week, which is why I wanted to go on defense, because I wanted to try to lap him in the second half. Truthfully, I thought he would have called timeout. You remember at the end of the half, there was 40 seconds left, and I waited for it to go down to 1, and we kicked a field goal so they wouldn't have any time. I thought he was going to use a timeout there, because then he would have had about 34 or 35 seconds left at the end of the half. With that explosive offense, you saw what they did with 20 seconds, right? The clock is everything. We watch it, we talk about it. It's like when I mentioned to you guys earlier this week, we coach the game together. We try to win it together, offense, defense, and special teams. It's not go out and get yards. No, like that's not what we do. We coach it together and we work together, and that's what we did at the end of the half.
You have two quick things. First of all, you did a lot with defensive backs in the other level. Is that safe to say the way you would teach it to technique for Sebastian on the final play? And where were you and what was your reaction when all that happened?
I was all the way to the right so I could get a really good view of what they were going to do. I saw the quarterback pump and throw, and I just saw Sebastian bail. We were in his zone coverage, and I saw him go up. And then I couldn't see if he had it or not, and I just kind of put my hands up. And then the next thing I know, there was like 5,000 people on my back, and it was a blur, where I tried to get to do an interview, and I couldn't hear, they were so loud, and it was a really cool moment.
Coach, when Travis Levy gets that face mask, you guys immediately responded and still scored there. You talk about resiliency, just in that, that sequence, how big was that?
It was huge. I mean, look at that drive. How much time was there when we started? I mean, we wasted almost 6 minutes, I think, 5 minutes, if I have to really go back and look. But yeah, they push us backward when he stiff-armed the guy, and we still continued to get the first downs and eventually score. I mean, what a great job our offense did today. I mean, our O-line was awesome. Guys, that's a really good defense. I mean, they're big up front. They're backers. That's a good defense. It's a good football team. But credit to our offense, the way we ran the ball. All we did in the locker room, we just talked about throwing the body punches and the body punches and the body punches, and that's eventually we wanted to go for the knockout in the fourth, and it didn't play itself out in the fourth. But that was our mindset going into the game.
Jeff, it was a good day for kickers all around. Just first Connor Lydon stepping up in an increased role, and then their kicker hitting a 56-yarder. It's kind of a wild sequence there.
Proud of Connor. We decided to go with him. And, it's funny, when I was recruiting Connor, we were really excited about him. He was our number one guy, and we recruited him really hard. And throughout the recruiting process, I kept telling him, I said, man, we're going to have a moment. You're going to hit a big one. It's going to be really cool because we believe in you. Right before he went out to kick the one in his first field goal, which was a huge one, I said to him, hey, man, we talked about this. Now it's going to come true. Just go kick. You're a great kicker. You've done this over and over again. Go. And he had a great day. Every one of those extra points, guys, those were huge. So credit to them, our snappers, holders, protection teams. Coach Turner's doing an awesome job with the special teams like he has all year. This is a team win, though, and it's awesome.
Anything else for Jeff? Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Dennis, just how do you recover from throwing a pick on your first pass to put together a game like you just did today?
I think it was the mindset going in. We knew there was going to be some ups and downs coming in. I wasn't hoping I was on the first play of the game, but all right, this one? Yeah. Sorry, guys. All right, I think, like I said, just the preparation we put in, we knew there's going to be some ups and downs. We were hoping it wasn't going to be on the first play of the game. But, it's just that bounce-back mentality. We knew we had to, come back and play. It's a long game, and, I kind of said it last week that, you got to come back from a pick, and first play of the game, you get out of the system. Defense made a big stop, and we were back on track. So, it's a long game. You got to keep going, and, I'm happy with the way the guys responded and, keeping the faith in me.
Dennis, talk about that touch you in that pass to Zay, and also and where you were and how you were able to celebrate.
So the touch pass to Zay was something we worked on a ton. We ran it a lot. He was my second read, and apparently the first read was wide open in the other corner. So it's fortunate that he ran it down. He's like a dog with a frisbee. You throw it up there, and he comes down and gets it. And we've talked about it all week, and he's done it all week. So it's just something that the repetitions and building that chemistry and that trust pays off in the big moments. And then after the game, I was on the opposite side of the bench. I like seeing behind it. Saw Sheeta put his hand on it, fluttered the ball a little bit, and saw there was a pile in the corner. Hopefully that we had it, and then touchback signal goes up, and the rest is just kind of a blur. The fans had fun storming the field. We enjoyed it. It's just awesome. We worked so hard for this. We've come such a long way. I love this place and this team, and it's so incredible.
Hey, Dennis, just more about the final drive in regulation. I mean, you guys had, had the field right in front of you, just had to get a touchdown. You knew the mission. Just can you take us through that drive and then Travis punching it off with a touchdown there?
Sure. Yeah, we had probably 3 or 4 drives that went the length of the field and chewed up a big amount of clock, and it's just the same thing we were doing the whole game. We had enough time left. We had all our timeouts left, and it was just we didn't have to do anything we weren't we weren't comfortable doing, but it was our game, and that was the message: is you play our game. We have time. It's just go down and score, and it's just chugging along, chipping away, and the final play was the play we'd run probably 20 other times before that. So it was just a mentality at that point. We knew they were on the ropes the whole second half. We knew we had them. The kid made an awesome field goal. They ended up tying it or taking the lead on an awesome drive. We knew we had him on the ropes and just had to make that final punch to knock him out. And fortunate enough for Trav, he ran like a madman today. He and Pat both did. What does it say? Total of 275. Yeah, I mean that's incredible against a good team against the rush. And they ran their butts off, and it makes it easy for me.
Dennis, you guys dominated the third quarter. I think they had the ball for 38 seconds at one point. Those 2 drives that you had, is that the most comfortable you've felt in, maybe forever?
I mean, like I said, it's a lot easier when you're running the ball and running the ball effectively. It makes it a lot easier on me. Takes the weight off my shoulders a little bit. And then even when you're third and short after a good run or a good pass, it makes it easy for the offense to keep drives going. And that's how we were in sync, and that's what I put attested to. It's just keeping the chains moving, keeping us on schedule is the biggest thing. Getting us out of third and longs, which I thought we had a few of last week, and keeping the chains moving and keep chipping away and playing our game.
Talked about the run game, and you were part of that too. You had that 4th and 4 run where you outstretched your arm to get the first down. How quickly did you know that play was breaking down and you were just going to scramble for the first down?
Yeah, it's a play versus man. We like it against man. We thought on third and short they had been doing a lot of man throughout the game. They didn't run with the motion, which keys zone. They dropped off. And then kind of saw the left side of the line squeeze, instead of going through my progression to the right, got off and just, kind of ran for my life and reached out and got that first. So, pretty quickly wanted to set the end and get outside and, reach for the pylon or reach for the first down. Yeah.
Hey, Dennis. Pete Thelma from Yahoo. As you guys are sort of resetting for ACC play now and going forward, do you think today was a good way to set your identity a little bit? The offensive line did what they did. You guys probably aren't going to throw it 60 times a game. Do you think the balance you showed and the push up front is really what's going to deliver?
Yeah, I mean, we've had these guys up front for a few years now, and that's been their identity. As a team, we're coming together, and we ran the ball a lot better in these first 4 games than we did probably all last year combined. And that's something we worked on a ton, on and on and on in the off season. And it's paying off so far, and that's our identity, and that's, like you said, not trying to throw the ball 60 times a game. If we have to, we will, but in a perfect world, we're trying for that balance. We're trying to the 50-50, and today it might have been a little more lopsided in the run, but that's the way that we win games. So, all right, guys, thank you. Congrats. Have a good day. Thank you.
Brandon, how did it feel to be part of a walk-off win in a football game?
That was the best feeling I probably ever had playing football. Top 2, Clemson play was also debatable. That could be in that. But, it definitely gave me some nostalgia because it kind of reminded me of, like, my Virginia Tech play from 2 years ago when I landed on my neck. And it was in the same spot, same type of interception, so it just gave me a little flashback. It was kind of cool.
Tell me about the last play. I mean, it was super clutch. How did it develop? How did you feel afterwards? All of it.
Yeah, so first, I ran the wrong coverage. Like, I did the wrong thing. I was just, like, seeing my man. He ran in. I was supposed to make a call to my nickel. But, I just seen the ball. I seen the man release. I seen the quarterback getting ready to throw. I said, oh, he's about to throw it deep. And I just sunk underneath it and tried to make a play and play some football at the end of the day. Just make some plays.
Hey, Brandon, just how about the resilience of your team? I mean, every time they pulled ahead, you guys came back, and just you guys never really out of the game. You just kept pushing.
Yep. So Coach Hafley really harped on how much we love each other, and that's going to end up being the result of the game, depending on how much we really love each other. And you could really see us leaning on each other in the fourth quarter, and just pulling away in the game. Like, it was our guys versus their guys, and we pulled away.
So did you know right away that you're going to be able to pick that, or did you think for a moment and just slotting it down?
Yeah, at first, I seen my man run underneath.
Like you said, 13 minutes in the third quarter, a lot of minutes in the fourth quarter, a lot of minutes the whole game, a lot of running, a lot of smashing, and I'm just so happy and so proud today.
Alec, when Travis Levy has that touchdown, or not touchdown, but you guys get down to, inside the 10, has the face mask, what's the talk like, and kind of, how do you guys kind of make sure you don't get down after that?
Yeah, the first thing after that was Dennis. He comes up to us, he goes, it's 1st and 11, 1st and 12. We're on schedule, let's go. We're moving the ball, let's go. We got this. It's not, let's forget it, let's go. There's a couple calls on offense that we had, but he was like, forget it, let's go. Let's do our thing. And he was such a great leader in that moment. And then throughout the whole game, he had our backs, Like I said, it was a battle, so we were battling the whole time. He had our backs. He was slapping us on the butt, saying good job when we were doing stuff, and he led us through that. And when things would get down or not go our way, or maybe a call here or there, he was like, no, screw that, let's go, we're going. And we're like, yeah, let's do it. So it was awesome.
Pat, on your long touchdown run, it looked like the seam was down the left sideline. What made you cut across the grain? Did you just see the pursuit or something, or was it instinct?
Yeah, on film, I'm a big advocate on film, seeing how teams pursue the ball. I know Coach Hafley talks about it a lot. And I know I watched a lot how they over pursue. So I knew if any big run, and I got the feeling that I saw it off film that I was going to cut back no matter what and use my speed to get away.
Alec Lindstrom was just here, and he said that he almost cried after the game because of how well the offensive line played, and he's just so proud of them. What have you seen from that group and how much they've grown over the course of the last year?
Yeah, I talk to the O-line after every series. I live with one, Christian Mahogany. I'm very close with all of them. They're huge help. None of this would be going without them. If you saw what they were doing to the other team, it made running easy, and it does every week. So we believe in them fully, and I'm with them a lot. We all the backs, O-line, we're really close. So, we rely on them, and I feed off my energy off of them, seeing what they do. So our whole offense was clicking. We needed a big week, and we had a big week, and we always obviously can build, but I'm very excited. I'm very proud of how we played today.
Just an accumulation of body blows that they delivered to the front seven. Did you feel that your offensive line was breaking down their front seven in the second half?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like our O-line dominated the whole game. And I'm a big component on, as if they dominate, it makes it very easy for whoever's in the game at back. And in between series, we were getting a feeling that we were wearing them out. And we know we could just pound it, and that's what we were doing. And big runs came. And the biggest thing today, though, we showed is that we can fight. We talk about it a lot, and that was the biggest part, because we made mistakes, but we keep fighting because we trust in each other and believe in each other, because that's how close of a team we are. And O-line and backs, quarterbacks and receiver, we're really close, so we know we can fight and rely on each other.
Pat, it seems like your confidence personally is at an all-time high right now. Just what's working so well for you individually, and how nice has it been to step up when your team needs you?
Yeah, big confidence boosters, like I said before, the O-line, trusting them, and the other running backs. We're all very close. We talk 24/7. I have full trust in them. We push each other during the week, and during the game, we always say whoever's in, we're coaching on the sideline, we're running up and down the field for them. That confidence comes from them, and the confidence comes for a lot of things in the offseason. Just building our team closer and closer, knowing the steps I needed to take and we needed to take, and the big thing was getting with analysts on our staff, Rob Chudowski. He's been the biggest help to my confidence ever. Him, Coach Hafley, and the team just keep feeding on him, and he really invested in me to really take my talents to the next level. So that's huge for me.